The story begins inside a gloomy New York apartment building, with a young girl, Mary, sitting in her room, tightly hugging her doll named Molly. She was talking to herself while her stepdad was watching wrestling on TV, saying that she was grounded because of something bad that she did, and as soon as the match was over, her stepdad, Seth, would punish her. Her stepdad got up to use the bathroom and asked if she was thinking long and hard about what she did, saying that her mom was working the late shift tonight so she wouldn't be able to help her. Mary was terrified and hugged Molly even tighter, blaming herself for what she did, saying she was sorry for being so bad. But Mary wasn't alone. Spawn was close by, watching from a distance. This wasn't the first time Spawn had visited their apartment. Everything started 3 days ago, after Mary's mother fixed her doll, making it look brand new. Mary was so happy and started playing immediately, but she accidentally hit the TV antenna, which interrupted the signal. Unfortunately, her stepdad was watching TV and he went absolutely crazy. He grabbed Mary and started calling her names, accusing her of doing it on purpose to ruin his TV. The mother tried to intervene, but the stepdad pushed her away and took Mary inside the room while she cried in desperation. He claimed he wasn't being respected inside his own home and asked them to never touch the TV. The TV was his alone because he paid for it, not them. The girl was locked inside the room for the past 3 days, but she tried not to cry because she was scared of being heard. Her stepdad used to have kids before marrying her mother, but he never talked about them. Mary always wondered what happened to them, and one day, after moving into this house, she opened the dresser and saw them. They were hiding inside her closet the whole time, but they couldn't talk and were shaking really badly. But when she turned on the light, they were gone. It was just an illusion, maybe her imagination, or maybe something else. The next night, she saw something else. Someone new who came to visit her, the man in the red cape. The stepdad took another beer and taunted Mary, saying the show was almost over and that he still hadn't made up his mind about what her punishment should be. Maybe she had some ideas. Time was quickly running out for Mary, and she was absolutely terrified of things to come. Seth went into the kitchen to drink some more, but he heard noise coming from the apartment. He thought that maybe Mary had left her room, saying she would be in even more trouble if she disobeyed him. But it wasn't Mary who was wandering the apartment. It was someone who came to save her, the man in the red cape. Seth couldn't believe what he was seeing and asked Spawn who he was, but he didn't say anything and just punched Seth in the face. Mary listened next to the door and heard the fighting. She knew it was the man in the red cape, but she was scared of him too, thinking he was the boogeyman. Seth had warned her about the boogeyman, saying he comes at night and takes naughty little girls away. Mary thought that Spawn came for her. She started panicking and wanted to hug her doll, but Molly was missing. It was like she disappeared. Seth asked Spawn to take whatever he wanted and just leave him alone. If he wanted money, he could take his wallet, even though he didn't have much. But Spawn didn't come here to rob him. He came to exact revenge and punish him. Seth started begging for help, but nobody heard his cries. He even said he wasn't going to hurt Mary. He just wanted to scare her, saying that kids need discipline these days. Spawn had dealt with an abusive father before, but he did more harm than good. This time, he wasn't going to make the same mistake. Several hours later, Mary's mother returned home and found Seth dead. She immediately called the police and went searching for Mary. When the detectives arrived, the policemen said they had never seen anything like it before and had no idea what happened. Even the detectives were surprised, but not shocked. They had seen Spawn's work before and were familiar with scenes like this. Spawn had impaled Seth with the TV antenna, but he made it look like an accident. He wanted the police to think that the stepdad got up and tripped over a chair, causing him to fall and impale himself with the TV antenna. The detective said stuff like this happens all the time. It definitely could have happened, and called the whole thing an accident. They returned the doll to Mary and comforted the mother, saying the whole thing was an accident. But Mary knew it wasn't an accident. She knew the man in the red cape had something to do with it. Maybe God works in mysterious ways, but he wasn't the only one.